So today's second film is a film I cannot believe I hadn't seen before. I've been meaning to see this film for years. I don't know why I've never gotten to it, but thankfully it's on Filmstruck for Pride Month, so I am finally watching it. And that, of course, is John Cameron Mitchell's Hedwig and the Angry Inch. Um, how have I gone 17 years of my life never having seen this movie? This movie is so made for me. I don't know. I don't know. It's based on a off-Broadway show that was later on Broadway, also by John Cameron Mitchell and Stephen Trask. All of the music and lyrics are by Stephen Trask. John Cameron Mitchell stars as Hedwig, directed the film, and co-wrote the screenplay with Stephen Trask. It was released in the summer of 2001, and it did really well, lots of awards, nominations in the Golden Globes, as well as the Independent Spirit Awards. It was nominated for, it was received the National Board of Review Best Debut Feature. And also, John Cameron Mitchell's film Rabbit Hole was like my second favorite film from 2010. So how did I still take so long to watch this movie? I don't know. It follows Hedwig, a punk rocker who has had a very interesting life. She was born in East Berlin as Hansel, and when she meets an American sergeant who wants to marry Hansel, the American asks that she get a sex change operation, which gets botched, and therefore she's left with this angry inch of the title and the backing band that she's Hedwig. The band is the Angry Inch. That's sort of the backstory. The contemporary story is that she and her band are following a fellow rock star who's in that very late 90s goth rock kind of idiom, who has stolen all of her songs from when they were a couple and has claimed that, and so they're embroiled in a lawsuit, and so he's on this huge stadium tour, and they're playing in a chain of failing seafood restaurants. As you hear the songs, you also get sort of cabaret-like storytelling moments of Hedwig's life and how she got to the moment she is. There are explorations of the origins of life, and as the song goes, the origins of love. And it's just a beautiful film about finding your voice, finding your people, finding like balance, finding getting past trauma, all kinds of things. There's a lot going on in this film, and on top of it all, it's glittery and fun and hilarious. There's so much humor in this movie. I really want Hedwig's like ruby red slippers lipstick. It looks like if you took Judy's ruby red slippers from The Wizard of Oz and put them on your lips, like that's what the lipstick looks like. And I want someone to find it for me, and I want to wear it every day. There's just so many great moments in this movie. I don't even want to spoil them. It's just a beautiful film. Apparently, it was a box office bomb, which is unfortunate, but now it has a cult following. So I'm hoping that it made up its budget in DVD rentals and sales. I'm not sure, but it's just a lovely film, filled with really emotional moments, and the lyrics of the songs are so touching and moving and inspiring that I cried a little bit at the end. I think you're supposed to cry at the end, but I definitely cried a little bit because I was like, Hedwig. Because one of the main songs, Origin of Love, is about the story of that Aristophanes tells in the Symposium about how everyone was two people were two, and then they were split in half, and that's why we're seeking the soulmates. And spoilers, the end is sort of Hedwig realizing that perhaps she is her own complete other half, and it's just a lovely thing to hear, and something that I think we don't hear enough in society. We're always hearing about how you need another person to complete you, and And that can be dangerous and create isolation and loneliness for people who don't find another person, and even for those who do find another person but still feel isolated. Um, so, like, blame the Greeks for everything, I guess. The ancient Greeks. There's also great little, almost cameo-esque bits with Andrea Martin. She's always fantastic. And the rock star Tommy Gnossis is played by Michael Pitt, who, if you remember, in the early 2000s was really having a moment. He was in this. He was in Gus Van Sant's Last Days. He was in Bertolucci's The Dreamers. He was sort of the indie darling, but he's like the worst person to work with, according to literally everybody, and that's why they had to kill him off on Boardwalk Empire. And now he's not in a lot. But he really works in the role because you kind of see how you would fall in love with someone so beautiful and then who looks so innocent, but then could be such a jerk. So it's kind of brilliant casting. So Hedwig and the Angry Inch is available on DVD and Blu-ray, etc., and you can watch it on Filmstruck right now. It's on there through September, but it's Pride Month, so you should watch it for Pride Month. I've got several other films I can't wait to watch. Got a John Waters film on there right now that I haven't seen. I'm so excited. So this is Hedwig and the Angry Inch. It's from 2001. It's directed by John Cameron Mitchell, and I really enjoyed it.